scored a lot of points early on. It's easy to look at it and say, oh, the other team must be doing a better job defensively, or doing offensively with game plans, but I'm sure it's much more complicated than that. What's your analysis of the slow starts when you look at a four-game set?
Yeah, I think we got to look at ourselves first as the coaches and see what we're doing from a game plan standpoint, and then also look at what's happening during what's happening during that process of the game. And there's been some things where we've hurt ourselves a few times, but we got to find a way to have four quarters. It's been the. Go ahead. That's right.
Have you made any changes in that game planning process?
Well, I think as we get together, it's a great group of coaches, and they all have great ideas, and I think we're just we're making sure that we're putting together the plays that our players are comfortable with, and we feel put us in a good position to be successful.
How did you feel about Andy Dalton's ability to step into that this past weekend as first-time starter for the team?
Yeah, I thought he did a really good job. I thought he got in and out of the huddle real well. I think that again, starting with us as coach, we've got to do a better job for the slow starts that we've been having. But I thought he played well, got in a rhythm in the second half with our run game and some play action pass. So I think that overall, as of everybody, you want to have a few plays back, but I thought he played well.
Pete, I'm sorry, this is like overly simplistic, but is it possible to have a winning record, turn the ball over as much as you'll have your 4 weeks?
Well, I think obviously we're 1-3, so but it's the number one stat in football. We continue to turn it over, and we're going to continue to struggle to win games.
Pete, how much would a healthy Alvin Kamara, Will one, if he's healthy this week, how much does that help this offense in general, since you guys really haven't had him at full strength since week one?
Yeah, I think when he's been such a big part of this offense, been so productive. Obviously, it's been great to have him back out there and getting to where he's at. But obviously, he's a big part of this offense, and we're excited that he's been back out there.
And when you guys saw some real nice glimpses of your running game in the third quarter and into the fourth quarter of this last game, how much are you hoping that can be a big part of the solution you're getting at?
Yeah, I think that anytime you can run the ball, it makes it easier really to call a game. And I would say credit to our offensive line. I feel like we've run the ball well really all season, but maybe not have the numbers because, we've turned the ball over. We haven't done great on third down. And so some of those opportunities to run the ball more in a game haven't expressed themselves. But I think up front, our guys, tight ends, and our running backs playing at a high level.
Kind of heard about Cesar Ruiz taking a step forward going into this season, but have you seen that actually kind of manifest in the field?
Yeah, I think when you finish a game and you're watching it, I think you can see and listening to Doug and Zach talk how well he is playing for us.
We've heard a lot from players and coaches alike about the confidence that this team still has despite the 1-3 start. What's your message to this offense, these players, about maintaining their confidence moving forward?
Yeah, I think we got a great group of players. I thought this week going out to practice, I thought there's been a lot of energy the last 2 days. Coming back from the trip from London, but the guys they're focused, they're professionals, and I think the message to our guys right now is it's all about us. And it's we're playing Seattle, but our goal is just right now one focus, and that's on us and this game this week.
Coach, Alvin played 13 games last season without a fumble, and obviously he has one, and some other players have some fumbles at the start of the season. Do you think that could be attributed to trying to make more out of the play? Maybe it's just a 5-yard gain instead of trying to break it outside, or going out of bounds instead of trying to cut that?
I think when you talk about turnovers and you look at maybe specific each one individually, I think there's times where, maybe a guy's trying to get an extra yard, but I think that the message from Dennis since since the off season and talking to these guys about turnovers, there's always another play that we have to call. And so we're not going to take that risk of maybe trying to reach the ball out or those type of things. So, again, as a coaching staff, we have to keep harping on it, and our players take pride in it. So, again, it's been the number one stat for us right now that hasn't been very positive. It hasn't been positive at all, and so we got to continue to emphasize it.
How much has it been back to the basics this week?
a lot. You know, back to the fundamentals, but again, about what? About us. It's got to be about us and, you know, doing what we do, what our players do well, and going out and playing fast.
You know, with Tavy signing to Denver, there's been a lot of talk about the practice squad this week, and I'm curious, you know, how valuable is it to be able to get a look at some of these guys on the practice squad? JP Holtz last week, you know, just from a week-to-week basis when, you know, you're seeing that.
Yeah, I think that you're, you know, practice squad or not, the way it is now, I mean, those guys are part of your roster, and there's continuing, you know, development of these guys, working with these guys maybe after practice. And, you know, you get to see them during practice, and you're still coaching them the same way. They're going through all the drills. So, again, that's, you know, that's on us as coaches to get those guys ready to play if they have to.
I know the message right now is that it's all about you and you know, within the team, but with the Seattle Seahawks on the way, are there any specific challenges that Seahawks defense presents that you're preparing for?
Yeah, I think they do a great job. They play with a ton of energy. They're all over the field, run around. I think they get their hands on a lot of balls. And so, obviously, it's a challenge for us every week. And, you know, we got to, again, have our, you know, our T's crossed and our I's dotted and all that because, again, we got to go out and execute. But, again, they present a big challenge to us. And, again, they're flying all over the field and playing hard.
Coach, on the flip side, the question I asked earlier, Alvin Kamara is obviously a player who loves to keep the play going. When it comes to pass-catching running backs, how elusive is he? Like, where do you rank him in the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield?
Yeah, I think that he's been, when he's had those opportunities, when we've given him those chances, he's obviously performed at a high level. And, you know, he's just so smooth coming out of the backfield. And, you know, he catches it and he's just all of a sudden he's gone. But I think that, you know, he's obviously, when he's been a part, you know, when he's been playing, he's been a big part of our pass game.
Pete, it seems like Chris Olave has been impressive since rookie minicamp. Now, 4 games in, the way he's played and the way he has picked up the slack with Mike out, can you just talk about his continued progress as such a young player?
I think this, again, that when we drafted him, we knew that we felt really positive about the player we were getting. He's smart, and so and he's a confident player. He loves to play the game. He's passionate about it. He wants the ball, but he's got such a great team attitude. He's all about the team. You love his makeup. You love everything about him, and he's competitive. And like I said, he wants the ball, but he also sometimes knows I might not get it here, but I'm going to go out and do my job. So I think that you feel very comfortable moving him around, putting him in some different spots, and he's able to handle that. And when he runs his routes, the quarterback and him are on the same page.
Just as a play caller, stylistically, Jameis and Andy are maybe a little bit different. Does that change anything for you, or is it just like work with them on what they like and then
Well, I think it's about putting together a game plan that you think is best, is, you know, is most successful for the quarterback and then also the guys around him. But then, you know, as you finish up the week and you're getting through the game plan, there's probably plays that one of the quarterbacks may like and the other one doesn't, and so there's constant communication. And so, regardless of who's the quarterback that you're talking to, you might say, I like this play, and the other quarterback might say, I don't. And so you're able to eliminate a few plays as you get ready to go into the game.
I just wonder how much is that dictated by the defense in terms of do they play a little differently knowing that Andy's in there first game?
I think that some teams, you know, I think depending on who the quarterback is, might do some things differently. I think that's part of them game planning as well. But, you know, again, our focus right now is on us and then going out and executing.
I think last week, Quez led in terms of wide receiver snaps, Marcus Callaway. How important is it to have a player like him who started in the system last year as a depth piece when you're without Michael Thomas?
I would say that there's a group of them, and again, whether you're on the team or the practice squad, you know, I mean, you're part of this team, and there's a reason why you're on the team, and in the NFL, everybody's going to have to contribute at some point. But it's been great to have, you know, a guy like Quez who can go in and play multiple spots, can fill in for different guys, but also when he's on the field, confident that you're playing with a guy with starting ability.